Hey everybody, Frederick Jones third here, Ready Ones Productions, and welcome to a fascinating episode of Movies on the Run. Today's movie will be Uncle Drew, directed by Charles Stone III, starring Laurel Howery. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Tiffany Haddish, Nick Kroll, Shaquille O'Neal, Kyrie Irvin, and Nate Robinson. Reggie Miller also is in this film. So Uncle Drew is basically the story about a gentleman who invested all of his money to play in the world famous Rutgers basketball tournament. Yes, I said world famous because there are people around the world that know about the Rutgers basketball court in New York. So, how was this movie? The judging by the smile on my face is how good this movie is. I didn't hear of it at first until obviously the Shaquille O'Neal general commercial. And I was like, what is this Uncle Drew movie? And I was like, oh, here it is, another basketball movie that's gonna tell a little bit of a story. Oh, there was the All Star team that was, there was the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be back in the day, and now they got to get the game back together for one last run. Boy, was I sadly sadly mistaken. This film actually has a lot of heart. Yes, it is a film story that we've seen before, where um, you have this guy who's played by Laurel, and for some reason I want to say Davis. I noticed not his last name Howard. But basically he has a basketball team and he's trying to win. So there's a few little backstory to why his character is the way it is. And then his nemesis, played by Nick Kroll, basically blocked a shot in a basketball game when it was young, and that basically kind of affected how he is for the rest of his life. Um, we've seen this story done time and time again. What I love about it was it felt different because of the fact of I think it was because of the nostalgia. I do love sports movies. I always love that special feeling, especially as a kid who suffered with asthma as a child. Um, I was never able to play sports, so I always see these movies like, man, that's what it feels like, you know. But neither here nor there on that. But I will say this: this movie was shot amazingly great by. I think the DP was Crash. Haven't seen any of their work that I know of. I didn't get a chance to check it out. I'm literally just walking out of the theater, so I had to get this done and out. Other things that I loved about it were, besides nostalgia, I mean, it's a great story because it's a road trip movie. It's a sports film. It's a let's get everybody back together film. So there's several different storylines in it, but each scene with the theater that I was in, it might have been about maybe 20 people, and of course it's in the middle of the day, but it might have been about 20 people in there, and like everyone was laughing, and the jokes were hitting uh, on point. Like which was, it's something that you rarely see in a while. Especially for, I would say this is a low budget film, only because I didn't see the push in advertising. Because that's a big part of how much a movie um, budget is in there. With your advertising. Yes, I see him do stuff with Pepsi and I think with Powerade too. And I love the fact that this movie is also produced by Pepsi. Even though I don't drink soda, but it was kind of cool how it wasn't like in your face product placement. And matter of fact, I don't even think I've seen anybody drinking a Pepsi in the film. But there is a commercial, there is a Powerade commercial, and I thought that was, I thought Powerade was Coca Cola, which was kind of funny. Um, but at the same time, I mean, the movie was hilarious. Um, if there's any other pros, yes, beautifully shot. Cast was actually really good. It was actually kind of cool to see everyone kind of put together. I was kind of worried, when they put Nick Kroll in there because I was wondering if he was going to be a caricature of white boys that's been around black people too long, where they act a certain way, where they feel like they're acting black. So I thought that was going to be a bit of an issue. And truth be told, I've met people like that, and it wasn't bad. Like, I didn't feel like he was mocking, um, black folks, but I also didn't feel like he could have been played by anybody. Like, at first I was like, okay, why the white guy is in there? But of course, a lot of times when you have a predominantly black cast, you have to throw the white guy in there. But funny enough, that doesn't work the other way around for some reason. But I digress. But either way, long story short, those are like my cons about it. Like I said, let me reiterate: beautifully shot, cast was good, story was really good. Even though it was several stories mixed into one, everything kind of played off. Jokes were hitting. I will say this: there's so many. I don't even want to call them cameos, because a cameo is more along the lines of a one-off. But there's so many people that's in this film where you're like, oh man, I didn't know they were in this, or I didn't know they were in that. And again, with movies on the run, we do not spoil anything. I'm trying to keep it short and sweet. I'm already at 6:20. So now cons. Besides the one thing I was kind of concerned about with the white guy in it, he actually wasn't as bad. Now, if there was a con in the film, I'm gonna have to say Tiffany Haddish, and I love Tiffany Haddish. Uh, but I would love to see her do something different. And the reason why I say that is because she's playing the loud, common, black woman, snapping her fingers and rolling her neck and rolling her eyes and just being like, wow, okay, like, I understand that's a character, but I hope that there's Tiffany Haddish, the character, and then there's Tiffany Haddish who's not that. Um, because I understand she's like the hottest thing out right now. And again, I loved her in Girls Trip. Didn't realize until recently that she was in Real Husbands of Hollywood with Kevin Hart. And she's a funny comedian. I will give her that. I love watching her stand up. But I would honestly love to see her do something different. And she was like the only kind of let down. And I was kind of glad that she wasn't in the movie as much, which again, it's no disrespect to her, but I mean, it's just my own personal feeling, because if she would have toned it down, maybe like probably about 5-10%, I think she would have been more tolerable. But when you see that she's playing the same character as her stand-up shtick, as in Girls Trip, as in Real House Husbands of Hollywood, I think the only time Tiffany Haddish didn't play Tiffany Haddish was in Keanu. I think that's the only time, and I would love to see her do more roles like that, where she's not the loud, common, ghetto black woman. Let me see what she can do, in a drama. Like, honestly, um, and the woman, funny enough, speaking of Real Husbands of Hollywood, the woman that plays Kevin Hart's wife is in this movie, and she was the reason why I really didn't stand Real Husbands of Hollywood. Yes, I know there are women like that, but there are also black women that are smart, that don't need to be loud and common, that don't need to be like that whole snapping in the fingers and rolling eyes. Yeah, trust me, you do not want to mess with them, because hey, still waters run deep, as they say. But at the same time, it's like anytime you see, a black woman in a film, sometimes it's the loud common stereotype, except for when we saw Black Panther, which kudos to that. But getting back to our review, um, I think again that was my only thing that I had a con about. The movie wasn't too long, wasn't too short. I think it was perfect. I think it clocks in at like an hour and 48 minutes. I think that was perfect. I will be looking for this when it comes out on DVD. I hope there's an extended cut. Actually, stay through the credits, because they show you a lot of the bloopers. One special thing they show you was the makeup process, which I thought was really good. But other than that, I mean, Uncle Drew was one of those rare gems that you go in there. It's like one of those movies where you think about, oh, I'm just going in to kill time, and you come out like totally surprised. yes, we've seen this story before, but I think the story had heart because one thing I will say this that I thought uh, was a pro, but I heard other people like comment about it in other films where everything is like a basketball punch. So in a way, I kind of felt like I was watching Double Team with Jean Claude Van Damme and Dennis Rodman, where everything has to be about basketball, but it's not over the top, and it doesn't get annoying when they go through the motions of the puns that they use for different things. So, and I thought that was really cool, and the fact that you go in there thinking that Uncle Drew is the end all be all savior of this team because of the way that Laurel plays his character, but you find out that Uncle Drew is flawed too, and there's a reason why he needs to get everybody together. But it's not that thing where it's a typical where oh he's dying or anything. Again, no spoilers. But it's something that happened in the past that comes to light, and then they handle it in a way that's very respectful to both of the characters that's involved, and they also do it in a classic way where it could have went a total 180 degrees, and I thought that was really good. So with that being said, I would definitely tell you, please go see Uncle Drew because you will not be disappointed. The music was good. Again, the casting was good. Just reiterating, shots was amazing. This is why I'm a film student because I love films like this. This is one of those films that I feel that you can bring anybody into it. Little kids, there were little kids in there. I thought some of the jokes were going to kind of go over their heads, and some of them did, but like they made it for a general audience. Like this is what I'm learning about in film school right now, like how to reach demographics. Okay, if I had to say, just to kind of go off subject a little bit with something and tie it into my schoolwork, this demographic was anybody from I would even say probably like from maybe 6 up to maybe 80. And the reason being that obviously because they have older folks in there and they do make a reference to, the people almost pushing 70 or 80 and stuff like that. If you love basketball, bam, that's the demographic. This is male and females. Now, granted, it was generally marketed to obviously sports fans and those who know of the infamous Ruckus. Like, I've never been to Ruckus, but I want to go to Ruckus. Ever since I saw Above the Rim, I always wanted to go to New York and check out Rutgers. Hell, I always wanted to take a shot. That's one of my things on my bucket list. I want to get a basketball and just shoot a hoop. That's it. If I miss it or make it, I just want to shoot a hoop at Rutgers and say that I was there. Um, It'd be an added bonus if I was there for like one of the like the basketball tournaments. Like that would be I would pay, crazy money just to go see that. Well, I shouldn't say crazy money. I would pay a good fee to go see that. Um, but I mean, it just seemed like you felt like you was there. It was one of those movies that pulls you in when you're on the basketball court. Again, like how Above the Rim was, it pulls you in, and you really feel like you're sitting a part of the audience at Rutgers. So great job, Crash, um, for the cinematography. Great job, um, Clarence Stone the third. Great job to everybody, cast, crew, everybody. And this is a Lionsgate film, but I think it was put out by Summit, which is a part of Lionsgate. But let me go ahead and give you my rating. We're already at 14 minutes. So, um, how I do my rating system, as you all know, it's by, we do it on a running scale, running distance. So 5K, 10K, um, half marathon, full marathon, and crazy ultra. And I'm gonna have to honestly say that I give Uncle Drew a full marathon with a 5K added. So that will bring you up to, let me see, 26.2 plus a 5K will give you 29 point, excuse me, point 0.3. So that's pretty good. Like I loved it. Um, can't wait to see it on DVD. I can't wait to watch it with my son. All right, everybody. This has been Freddie Lee Jones III with Movies on the Run. Stay tuned for more movies. Next one coming up will be The Purge. if I don't see anything else before that. All right, everybody. Freddie Lee Jones III, Ready Runs Production, out. Out.